Hello everyone, welcome to biology class. In this class, we are going to see 11th standard botany chapter 2 plant kingdom. Let's see the learning objectives of this chapter. So after learning this chapter, we will know about classification of plants and life cycles in plants. And also we will learn about, in classification, we will learn about algae, its general characteristic features, also about the characteristic features of bryophytes, pteridophytes and gymnosperms and the salient features of angiosperms. Traditionally, the organisms existing on the earth were classified into plants and animals based on nutrition, locomotion, presence or absence of cell wall. Bacteria, fungi, algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm, angiosperms were all included under plant group. So this was traditional classification in which all these are included under plant group. But after the molecular characteristics is being studied, bacteria and fungi were segregated and they were placed under separate kingdom. So we know in Whittaker's kingdom classification, the bacteria and fungi were given separate kingdom status. And botany is one of the oldest science in the world because its origin was from time immemorial as early men explored and identified plants for food, clothes, medicine, shelter, etc. The plants are unique living entities. Why they are unique? Because they have the power to harvest the light energy from the sun to convert into chemical energy in the form of food. This astonishing or astounding reaction is called photosynthesis. Okay, so this property is very unique feature of plant. Okay, and this is very important for the other organisms' survival also. So the plants not only supply nutrients to all living things on earth but also sequester carbon dioxide during photosynthesis. Sequester meaning lock up. Okay, so the plants during the process of photosynthesis, they take in carbon dioxide. So this process of taking carbon dioxide by the plants helps for minimizing the global warming. That is, we know carbon dioxide is the major greenhouse gases which causes increase in global temperature. So if carbon dioxide is being trapped by the plants, so the greenhouse gases content will be reduced so that the global warming can also be reduced. Plants are diverse in nature. Okay, diverse means of various varieties. So ranging from microscopic algae to macroscopic highly developed angiosperms. So in this chapter we will be covering about from algae to angiosperms, what are the different kinds of organisms that are included under plant kingdom. And there are mysteries and wonders in the plant in terms of size, shape, habit, habitat, reproduction, etc. Although plants are all made of cells and there exists high diversity in form and structure. So this table shows some numbers. Okay, it gives some numbers of the different kinds of plant. Okay, ranging from algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm, angiosperms. So these are the classification of the plant kingdom. It gives a number of algae in world and India, like that different organisms. Worldwide, how many species are there? And in India, how many species are there? Classification of plants. So the classification widely accepted for the plants include Embryophyta, okay, which comprise of Bryophyta and Tracheophyta. So bryophytes are nothing but a group of organisms. They are said to be the first amphibians of the plant kingdom. And the Tracheophyta, it will include pteridophytes and spermatophyta. Okay, pteridophytes, the first land adapted plants are called pteridophytes, and spermatophytes are nothing but seed bearing plants. Okay, under seed bearing plants itself we have gymnosperms and angiosperms. So this picture shows classification of kingdom Plantae. So under kingdom Plantae, two subkingdom are there, Cryptogamy and Phanerogamy. Okay, Cryptogamy is nothing but non-flowering or non-seed producing plant. Okay, so they do not produce seed. So under that we have algae, bryophytes and pteridophytes. And phanerogams means seed-bearing plants are said to be phanerogams. But gymnosperms also, they do not produce flower, but they produce a seed. So phanerogamy include seed-producing or seed-bearing plants. So under that you have gymnospermae and angiospermae. Next we will learn about the life cycle patterns in plants. In that we will see what is alternation of generation. So alternation of generation is common in all plants. So this process is common. Alternation of the haploid gametophytic phase. So the haploid gametophytic phase, n number of chromosome is referred to as haploid. Diploid phase is 2n number of chromosome is diploid. So in plants, the haploid gametophytic phase gets alternated with the diploid sporophytic phase during the life cycle. So this feature is called alternation of generation. And the following types of life cycles are found in plants. Okay. So there are 3 different kinds of life cycle taking place in plants. We will see one by one in detail. The first life cycle is haplontic life cycle. So here the gametophytic phase is nothing but the gametes producing form phase is referred to as gametophytic phase. So the gametophytic phase is dominant and it is photosynthetic and independent, whereas sporophytic phase is represented by zygote. So this phase is called as spore producing phase, and this phase is called as the gametophytic phase. So from this picture itself it is very clear that this gametophytic phase is the dominant and the sporophytic phase is reduced. And during the sporophytic phase only the zygote will be formed and the zygote will undergo meiosis. Okay, once it undergoes meiosis, it will restore the haploid condition, that is 2n. The zygote is 2n. Okay, this 2n will be reduced to n during the production of the meiospores. Okay, and the example for haplontic life cycle is it takes place in case of algae, Volvox, Spirogyra. The next phase is diplontic life cycle. So diplontic life cycle is nothing but diplontic means diploid, that is 2n generation. The sporophytic phase is dominant. So here you can see the picture. The 2n phase is dominant, it is photosynthetic and independent, and whereas the gametophytic phase is represented by the single to few celled gametophyte, and the gametes fuse to form zygote which develop into a sporophyte. So here you can see after the gametogenesis the gametes will be formed. The gametes will fuse together and it will form zygote, and the zygote will develop into a sporophyte. And example for diplontic life cycle is fucus, gymnosperms and angiosperms. And the third is haplodiplontic life cycle. Okay, so this type of life cycle is found in bryophytes, pteridophytes, and this life cycle is an intermediate between the haplontic and diplontic type. So here you can very well see from the diagram. So in the previous phases you have one dominant phase and one reduced phase, but here it is intermediate. Both the phases are multicellular but they differ in their dominant phase. That is, so in case of bryophytes the dominant phase is gametophyte, whereas in case of pteridophyte the sporophyte is the independent phase. Okay, so it depends upon which is going to be the dominant phase, and it is seen in bryophytes and pteridophytes. In bryophytes gametophyte is dominant and it is alternated with the short-lived sporophytic phase, whereas in pteridophytes sporophytic phase is the dominant and it alternates with the short-lived gametophyte. The next is algae. So algae are simple plants that lack true root, true stem and true leaves. Okay, so here also you can find the algae which is deposited on the back of the turtle. And 2/3 of our earth's surface is covered by ocean and sea. And the photosynthetic plants called algae are present here. And more than half of the total primary productivity of the world depends on this plant group. Okay, and further other aquatic organisms also depend upon them for their existence. Algae, they are autotrophic in nutrition and they occur in wide range of habitat. That is, it can live in aquatic water, in aquatic itself marine, okay, sea and ocean, and fresh water also we can find algae, and also it is found in soil also you can find, that is land also you can find algae. So example under each category is given: marine sargassum, freshwater Oedogonium and Eulothrix, and soil Fritziella and Vaucheria. And Chlorella, okay, it is also an algae. It leads an endozoic life. Endozoic means they are found inside the animal. Zoic means animal. Endo means inside. So they are found inside the hydra and sponges. Whereas Cladophora crispata, it grows on the shells of the molluscan. Okay, mollusca is nothing but snail, slug and all will come. No, that category is referred to as molluscan. And algae also, they are adapted to live in some harsh environment also. So Dunaliella salina, it grows in salt pan. Okay, salt pan is nothing but they will extract the salt, there also this algae is found growing. So this algae which is growing in high salinity is referred to as halophytic alga. The algae that is growing in snow are called cryophytic algae. And Chlamydomonas nivalis, they grow in snow covered mountain. Okay, and this have got a characteristic red color pigment, so it imparts the red color to the snow, and the snow is referred to as red snow. A few algae grow on the surface of the aquatic plants. Okay, when it grows on above another plant, so it is called epiphytic plant. Epi means above, phyte means what? Plant. So since it grows over another plant, it is referred to as epiphytic algae. Okay, example you have Coleochaetae and Rhodymenia. And the study of algae is called algology, otherwise referred to as phycology. And here are some of the names of the eminent algologists. Okay, Fritz Round-Lee, Parthasarathi Iyengar, okay, Bharadwaja, Randava, Sundaralingam, Desikachari. These are the some eminent algologists. So father of Indian phycology. So he is Parthasarathi. He conducted research on the structure, cytology, study of cells, reproduction and taxonomy of algae, and he published a monograph on a group of algae called volvocales and new algal forms like Fritziella, Ecbalocystopsis, Characyphon and Cylindrocapsopsis were reported by him. Now let's see about the general characteristic features of algae. So they are of variety in size, shape and structure, and also the plant body, that is thallus organization, is also of wide range, because some algae can be motile. Okay, for example Chlamydomonas, it has got a flagella, so they are motile algae. Some are non-motile, example Chlorella. Some live in the form of colonies, okay, colonial, example is Volvox. And some are colonial non-motile, Hydrodictyon, and some are siphonous, okay, Vaucheria, and some are branched and filamentous, some are discoid, some are heterotrichous, some are foliaceous. Okay, foliaceous means it will be having some leaf-like structures, and also some are giant algae, kelps, laminaria and macrocystis. And they are eukaryote. Okay, algae are eukaryote with the exception blue-green algae. So blue-green algae is otherwise referred to as cyanobacteria. So they are prokaryote. That's why this blue-green algae alone, it is included under kingdom Monera, okay, which includes bacteria. So it is included under kingdom Monera. And the plant body does not show differentiation into tissue system. The cell wall of algae is made up of cellulose and hemicellulose. And we can find the siliceous walls, okay, presence of silica in case of a group of algae called as diatoms. In Chara, the thallus is encrusted, that is, it have calcium carbonate deposits. Some algae possess algin, polysulfate esters of polysaccharide, which are the sources for alginate, agar-agar and carrageenan. And the cell has a membrane bound nucleus and cell organelles, okay, various cell organelles it have. Since it is an eukaryote, it will have both nucleus and cell organelles. And so the previous point I was telling you about the different polysaccharides which are found in the algae, and a special mention carrageenan. So it is nothing but it is a polysaccharide which is extracted from red edible seaweed. Okay, so it is extracted from a certain group of algae. It is a polysaccharide. Next, the algae will be having pyrenoids. Pyrenoids are nothing but the proteinaceous bodies. They are found in the chromatophores, that is, they are found in the chloroplast, and they also assist in the synthesis and storage of starch. The pigmentation, the pigments, different kinds of pigment, reserve food material and flagellation differ among the algal groups. So the algae reproduces by vegetative method, also it reproduces by asexual and sexual method. First, let's see vegetative method. In vegetative method, the algae can reproduce by means of fission. Fission, you already know, the cell divides to two daughter cells. Example, Chlamydomonas. It can also reproduce vegetatively by means of fragmentation. So here you can find the picture of fragmentation. The plant body, that is the thallus, is getting fragmented and each can grow into a new individual. And another mode of vegetative reproduction, budding. So a lateral bud is formed and it will develop into organism. And bulbil. Bulbil is nothing but a bulb-like structure, okay, through which it can reproduce. Akinets is nothing but thick-walled spore which is meant for perennation. Perennation is nothing but the ability of organism to survive under unfavorable condition. Okay, it can survive under unfavorable condition, and when favorable condition returns, okay, it can germinate. Next, tubers. So this is also a kind of vegetative method of reproduction. So they are found on the rhizoids, that root-like structure, and the lower nodes of chara which store food material. So these are the different modes of vegetative reproduction. Next, we shall see about the asexual reproduction, how it takes place in algae. So asexual reproduction in algae takes place by means of different types of spores. For example, so in this picture we have it is given zoospores. So zoospores are nothing but motile spores which are produced by the algae such as Eulothrix, Oedogonium, etc. Aplanospores can be produced which are thin-walled non-motile spores, autospores, hypnospores. Okay, hypnospores are nothing but thick-walled aplanospore. When it is thin-walled, it is called aplanospore, and thick-walled is referred to as hypnospore, and also tetraspores. These are the different modes of asexual reproduction seen in algae. Next, we will move on to sexual reproduction in case of algae. So sexual reproduction takes place in algae by means of three different types. So based on what kind of gametes get fused, three different types of sexual reproduction in case of algae. First one, isogamy. So already we have learnt about this. Isogamy is nothing but fusion of morphologically and physiologically similar gametes. Morphologically means appearance wise and physiologically function wise. So if the gametes are of same type and perform similar function, such fusion of gametes is called as isogamy. Example, Eulothrix. Next, anisogamy. Anisogamy is nothing but fusion of either morphologically or physiologically dissimilar gametes. So in this picture, so we can very well see that they are morphologically dissimilar. Okay, so this is of a larger one, this is of a smaller one, so they are morphologically dissimilar. So such fusion is called anisogamy. And the third kind is called oogamy. Oogamy is nothing but fusion of both morphologically and physiologically. Both wise they are dissimilar. Such kind of fusion is called oogamy. And the life cycle of algae will also show distinct alternation of generation. Next is classification of algae. So Fritz proposed a classification for algae, and this classification was based on pigmentation, types of flagella, the reserve food material, the thallus structure and reproduction. So he published his classification in the book The Structure and Reproduction of Algae in 1935. So Fritz classified algae into 11 classes, and the classes are Chlorophyceae, Xanthophyceae, Bacillariophyceae, Dinophyceae, Euglenophyceae, Rhodophyceae, Cyanophyceae, Chrysophyceae, Cryptophyceae, Chloromonadineae and Phaeophyceae. These are the 11 classes of algae, and we are going to learn about the salient features of few algae, classes of algae That is, we are going to learn about Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae in detail. First, we are going to see about Chlorophyceae. So, the members are commonly called green algae. So, Chlorophyceae, so it is having a green colored pigment algae are classified under Chlorophyceae. And most of the species are aquatic. So, some are freshwater and some are marine. And few are terrestrial, that is they live in soil or land. Okay, and variation among the shape of the chloroplast. So, the chloroplast shape is different among the members of this class of algae. It is cup shaped. The chloroplast is cup shaped in Chlamydomonas, discoid in case of Chara, and a girdle shape, girdle in a band like shape, Ulothrix, reticulate, net like shape in Oedogonium, spiral in case of Spirogyra, stellate, stellate means star shaped in case of Zynaema, and plate like in case of Mogiotia. Chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B are the major photosynthetic pigments of this class of algae, and the storage bodies called pyrenoids are present in the chloroplast, and the pyrenoids are known to store starch. They also contain proteins, and the cell wall is made up of inner layer of cellulose and outer layer of pectin. And the vegetative reproduction takes place by means of fragmentation, and asexual reproduction takes place by means of zoospores, aplanospores and akinets. And sexual reproduction is present, and maybe it can be of isogamous, anisogamous or oogamous type. And examples of Chlorophyceae group of algae: Chlorella, Chlamydomonas, Volvox, Spirogyra, Ulothrix, Chara and Vulva. The next classification of algae is Phaeophyceae, and these members of algae are referred to as brown algae, and majority of them are found in marine habitat and some are found as freshwater form. And the thallus, that is the plant body, is filamentous in structure and frond-like, that is leaf-like in structure in some, and or can be a giant kelp-like structure in case of laminaria and macrocystis. And the thallus is differentiated into a leaf-like photosynthetic part. So this is the leaf-like photosynthetic part which is called as frond, a stalk-like structure. This is referred to as a stipe, and at the bottom it has a hold fast. So it is a structure which fixes or attaches the thallus to the substratum. Okay. The pigments that are found in this case of brown algae, that is Phaeophyceae class of algae, are chlorophyll A, C, carotenoids and xanthophylls. And a golden brown pigment called fucoxanthin is present, and it gives shades of color from olive green to brown to the algal members of this group. So this pigment is important, the brown pigment, which gives the algae the color. Mannitol and laminarian are the reserve food material, that is stored food materials, and motile reproductive structures are present. Two laterally inserted unequal flagella is present. So in the previous also I have shown you the different kinds of flagella, whiplash and tinsel. Whiplash is a smooth flagella, tinsel is the flagella will be having tiny hair-like structures. And the sexual reproduction may range from isogamy to oogamy, but most of the forms will have the oogamous type of sexual reproduction. And alternation of generation is seen, that is diplontic life cycle is seen, and it will alternate with the gametophytic and sporophytic generation. And examples of this group you have sargassum, laminaria, fucus and dictyota. The next class of algae is called Rhodophyceae, and they are popularly called as red algae, and they are mostly marine. And the thallus is multicellular and it is macroscopic, that is we can see by our naked eye, and diverse in form. And Porphyridium, so this is only unicellular form of this class of algae. The algae can be filamentous, goniotrichum, ribbon-like, Porphyra are also present. These are the different forms. So this is the filamentous form of algae, goniotrichum, and this is the ribbon-like form of algae, Porphyra, and this is coral-like form, okay, Corallina and Lithothamnion, okay, so they are seen deposited in the corals. And apart from chlorophyll A, phycoerythrin and phycocyanin are the photosynthetic pigments, and asexual reproduction takes place by means of monospores, neutral spores and tetraspores. And the storage product of this group of algae, this class of algae, is Floridian starch. And sexual reproduction takes place by oogamous type, and the male sex organ is called spermatangium, and this produces spermatium. And the female sex organ is called corpogonium. And the spermatium is carried by the water current and fuse with the egg nucleus to form zygote, and the zygote will develop into corpospores. And meiosis occurs during the formation of the spores. And alternation of generation is seen, and examples of this group of algae, Gelidium, Polysiphonia, etc. Now let's see the economic importance of algae. It is a very, very important answer, okay, of this chapter. Very important 5-mark answer. Economic importance of algae. So here they have given the name of the algae, and here its economic importance. So economic importance, it will include both the beneficial activities and the harmful activities. Under beneficial activities, first the algae which is used as food. So some of the algae like chlorella, laminaria, sargassum, ulva, etc. are used as food. And Gracilaria, Gelidiella, Gigantina, they are used to extract a substance called agar-agar, and this agar-agar is used for the preparation of the media in the microbiological lab. Okay, so that is to grow the bacteria, fungi and all. We will be using a medium for the growth of this organism. In that media, we will be adding agar-agar as a solidifying agent. That is to make the medium a solid medium, we will be adding agar-agar. Next, it is also used for packing canned food, and cosmetics and textile paper industry also these algae are used. The next one, Chondrus crispus. So it is edible seaweed, and from that carrageenan. So already we studied in this chapter, it is a polysaccharide, and it is extracted, and it is used in the preparation of the toothpaste, also in the preparation of paint, and also it is used for as a blood coagulant. And Laminaria sargassum Ascophyllum fucus, it is used as a fodder, that is for animal food. And Laminaria and Ascophyllum is used as alginate for the preparation of ice cream, paints and flame proof fabric. And Diatom, it is a class of algae, and from which it is prepared diatomaceous earth, and this diatomaceous earth is used for in water filter and as an insulation material, etc. And Lithophyllum, Chara and Fucus, they are used as fertilizer, biofertilizer. And Chlorella, from Chlorella an antibiotic is extracted which is called as chlorellin. And Chlorella, Senidesmus and Chlamydomonas, they are used in sewage treatment, and they are also used as pollution indicator. So if its growth in water, it will include the water contains any pollutants. And harmful activity. So only one harmful activity, red rust of coffee. So this disease is caused by an algae called Cephaloris and virescens. Next, do you know? A green algae, Botryococcus brownie, is employed in biofuel production. So this can be asked an objective. And some algae are used in healthcare because they contain a single cell protein. Okay, so it contains, and kelps, they contain iodine, and chlorella is used as a single cell protein, as a protein supplement. And Dunaliella salina, an alga growing in salt pan, already we have seen, and is complement to our health because in the salt pan it is growing, and it will provide beta carotene. Okay, so beta carotene is very important for the formation of vitamin A. That's why it is referred to as complement to our health. Another, do you know, you have a productive cultivation in sea. Algae like Capophycus, Gracilaria and Gelidiella acrosa are commercially grown in the sea for harvesting the phycocolloids. And Postilla palmiformis, okay, it is referred to as sea palm, and it is a brown algae. So we have, under the plant kingdom, we have seen in detail about the algae, its general characteristic features, and also about the classification of algae and economic importance of algae. Meet you in the next video. Thank you.